You can get it in both. You can get it in teriyaki, so you'll fit right in there.
Alright, just slightly racist, but that's okay.
Hi everyone, this is Rocket Leaguer Alex. Welcome to the Real Gamerscore podcast. This week I am joined by sports ballers Matt.
Howdy.
And Kirby.
Hi.
Here at Real Gamerscore, we like to discuss all things Xbox, achievements and chickening out. This week we talk about being birds of a feather, rookie Game Pass numbers and the torment of visual novels. But first, here is the song of the week.
This is how I play my games. I do it for the achievements. I blame it on my OCD gaming. This is how my brain gets fried. I blame it on my scoring pride. Blame it on my OCD gaming. Sales! Maybe I should give it up. Maybe I should stop myself. Blame it on my OCD gaming. Maybe I'm just in too deep. Maybe I need a new game. So blame it on my OCD gaming. Sales! Coming up later in the show.
That's good. That was... I was like, oh, I know this one. And then that happened. Funny story, because I had that, I think, on my Spotify playlist or whatever. And the guy I was working with was like, hey, I know that song. I'm like, why? Because every single fishing video ever uses it. Like, just, if you've got a fishing video, that's the song you use. It's
really?
Weird. Yeah, it's very, very commonly used in, like, just amateur fishing videos where they're just, like, a montage of them fishing for the day or whatever, you know?
Weird.
It's weird. Yeah.
It is very weird.
I mean...
The way I always saw it was that cat jumping out of the window, which will probably give the song away if you didn't already get it, but...
I don't know what it is.
I don't know that cat jumping thing. I know the song, but I've never...
Yeah, we'll talk about it in the break. You can send it to me in the break.
Will do.
Yeah.
So, okay. Alright, well, here we are, everyone. Episode, was it 64?
64?
This week. So
It's 64. Even number, do you know what that means?
Even number. Yeah, that means that we are going to draw a winner for the song contest.
No, that means the Melbourne Marathon hasn't screwed me over and I'm allowed to leave the house.
That
Uber...
What?
So
do you have trouble getting home?
The PAX on Sunday,
Yep.
I could not get to it because I had to leave because I was at an Airbnb Friday, Saturday.
Oh, is that why you were so delayed?
So I left there because it like checkout was like 10. I'm like, I left, got all my stuff. I'm like, I'll go back to my brother's place, drop it off, and then come back. But the Melbourne Marathon had blocked off a bunch of St Kilda Road, which is where my brother lives. So the 10-15 minute Uber ride took about an hour. So then I got off, unpacked, and got up and was sort of ready to go back, and then went, okay, it's going to take about an hour for one to get to me, and then maybe another hour for me to get to the city. I think I'm just going to call it, unfortunately. So yeah, I just didn't make it. That's like, it's just... Why do people got to run on a day I'm trying to enjoy myself, just do nothing and play video games? Like, why do people got to do that to me?
Yeah, especially
on that day, it was quite funny because Cameron was walking with me to meet up with Matt for lunch, and we walked past about 4 people, I reckon it was, that were wearing the paper number on the front of their singlets, and they were all wearing a medal. Mm-hmm. And we got to the place, and we got talking about it, and he's like, what do you mean there were people running? I'm like, did you not see them with their medal and the paper number on the front of their shirts? He's like, what what are you talking about? And he
They
starts
just
looking around. I'm
cosplaying
like,
Nippon Marathon, bro.
yeah, probably. All right, so tell me I didn't get that wrong. Even number means Song of the Week competition winner.
Yes, it does. It does indeed.
Yes, good. All right. Just a reminder, that song from last week was sent in by Cameron, actually. So thank you again, Cameron, for that song. Do you want to tell everyone who won then, Chin?
Sure. So last week's song was 1985 by Bowling for Soup. Not 1975, as one of our listeners may have sent in. And I messaged them. I messaged them like, what year was that Bowling for Soup song again? And they sent me the right one. I'm like, okay, good. And then I sent them a screenshot of the message they sent.
1975. It doesn't fit. Doesn't fit.
But our winner for the week of episode 62, wow, that worked well, is drumroll Philip Wendell.
Yeah.
And I believe that was for not last week. He answered not last week's song, the week before. That was the winning entry, was his vote for that one. So good on ya. Code will be coming as soon as you message me, because you've heard it. Because I don't want to send it too early and ruin everything for you.
Yeah.
Don't want to be that guy. Risky. Or Moose, or
It's one of them.
really all of them just sort of throw you under the bus a bit.
Not Choco. He's good.
No,
He's
good
good
bloke.
with codes, old Choco. Yeah. All right. Well, we've got just a reminder to join our Discord. So Discord, where everyone hangs out, talks about all the games we're playing or just whatever's happening. We obviously had a lot of talk in there about PAX last week, which was awesome for us, but I think a lot of people probably muted the channel.
I mean, I did last year because I was so jealous.
Yeah, that's why they did it. But if you wanted to join our Discord, you can find an always open invite at discord.io/realgamerscore. We'd love to have you in there. Lots of interesting people in there. You can find our Patreon page at patreon.com/realgamerscore. And we run a contest, which at the moment, in the middle of the month, later part of the month.
Nearing the end of.
Call it whatever. Yeah. So the random to-do list giveaway contest. So to enter this contest, you need to have a random to-do list, which you can ask Jin for at pretty much any time, apart from the last day of the month. And you need to earn one achievement on your random to-do list, and you need to send in the answer to a trivia question. And like I always do, Chin, I'm just going to throw it to you, mate.
I didn't listen. What did you say last
remember.
week? Who said?
I don't know. I think it was something Blast, wasn't it? No, that was
That was
September.
last month.
Yeah.
I genuinely didn't listen to that bit. I'm like, oh, neither of them would have remembered what the question was.
I remembered what the question
Okay.
was. I said it
Yes,
correctly.
that's right. Neo saved me.
Okay. It is any other game. The title of a game that has it is a something edition, but not definitive
yes.
edition. Because the game up for grabs is Redeemer Enhanced Edition. So, any of the
right. Then I'll talk
remastered
about
something
Unreal
editions.
Tournament.
Yeah, so not, I don't know, Witcher 3 Definitive Edition. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's just in my head is The Witcher 3 because it's out on the Switch now.
I think you mean Switcher 3.
Yeah, Switch. Look, I've been informed it is the worst version of Witcher 3, but it's still Witcher 3, so it's a pretty good version.
Yeah, fair point. I mean, I wouldn't play it on the Switch, but hey.
The Joy-Cons
Is
are
that
a bit
because you don't
iffy.
have a Switch yet?
That's the reason.
That's the
I'm wrong.
reason.
Yeah.
Apparently the Joy-Cons are a little iffy, but, like, it's... Because of the size of the screen, it kind of feels on par with the Xbox and PlayStation version, so... Yeah. Certainly not not the PC Master Race version, but we'll make do with what we got. So, yes.
Alright. So you send the answer to that trivia question, so it's a something edition of a game in the title of the game, right?
Yep. And there should be plenty out there. Just not Definitive
Indeed.
Edition. So no Sleeping
you
Dogs Definitive Edition.
Oh, damn, that was my answer. But you send the answer to that to the random to-do list account on True Achievements. That's random to-do list, all one word. Just send a private message over with your answer. Got only a couple of news articles this week didn't really seem like a whole lot was happening that interested, well, me at least, in terms of the news. But one here that will be heavily memed, Harvey Eagle, dude named Harvey Eagle, is appointed Director of Xbox Live Product Marketing. So I guess it's important to note, when I read this, I thought, oh, that's what Mikey Barra did. It's not the same thing as what he did. But Harvey Eagle, Xbox business lead for the UK and Ireland, has been promoted to Director for Xbox Live Product Marketing. The article doesn't say a whole lot. He's been with Microsoft for nearly 20 years and he's been working in the business, loves it, and now he's doing that. I don't even know what a Director for Xbox Live Product Marketing really does.
He just
surely
he swoops in and grabs as many people as he can and just brings them over.
I was trying to put off your jokes for so long, and I'm just like, all right, have at it.
No, genuinely, surely his job is just to point at the Game Pass guys and go, look at what they're doing. Also, Game Pass Ultimate comes with Xbox Live Gold, so do that. Like, that's easiest job you've got. Just point at Game Pass comes with Xbox Live Gold. Job done.
Marketing's done for it. You just got to put it on as many billboards and posters as possible.
Just buy Xbox Game Pass.
I mean, as we'll see, it seems to be working out pretty well for them.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of it's one of those job titles where it's really like, what does that even do? What do you even do in that role?
I feel like part of his role is to come in under par as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say we hardly know what he does.
How many under par, Alex?
2 under.
2 under par as an Eagle. Yes.
Yeah. Wikipedia told me that, so it's very helpful. I didn't know that.
Genuinely?
Yeah, I had no idea, mate. I don't play golf.
Oh, you should come to Darwin. Not now because it's bloody hot, but you should come to Darwin. We've installed at our driving range a bunch of these launch monitors with screens.
Oh, launch monitors, okay.
And there's a zombies game. So you hit the golf ball and it explodes like a grenade and kills a bunch of zombies on the screen, and you just got to fight off the wave of zombie horde. You'd love it, except that it's golf.
I was gonna make fun of you for that. It actually sounds pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the other standard stuff.
I don't know if I'd fly to Darwin for it, but
there's the other standard stuff like play whatever course you want in the world, blah blah blah. But you should definitely do it.
That.
You should definitely do it. Yeah.
All right. So Harvey Eagle, I actually would like to hear his accent.
I'm sure it's
a combination
English.
Of UK and Ireland, probably.
Well, it depends what part of the UK, northern or southern.
Yeah,
big difference.
Exactly. Oh, hello. My dog is just saying hello. Hello, baby.
So, do you guys think he's bald, or is he just a regular eagle?
He's definitely not bald eagle because he's British.
I mean, look,
wedge-tailed. He might be wedge-tailed, right?
Wedge-tailed, yeah.
Quintessentially Australian.
He's got to fly into
that's an
into a truck.
He must be very patriotic.
Yeah. We get wedge-tailed eagles all the time. Because
you get crocodiles up there, mate. You're the wildlife central.
Yeah, that's less interesting than the eagles, buddy.
What do you mean crocodiles are less interesting than the eagles?
We see them less often than the eagles. The eagles
I
cool.
I definitely do now, considering their lead man's dead now, and I'd miss seeing him in concert. But, I mean, Hotel California is not a bad song.
Jeez. All right, I think we need to move
Speaking
away
of that,
from
Hotel Transylvania on sale. Too early? No, not sales yet, sorry. More.
We'll get early. All right. So the next article we've got here is just one that True Achievements ran. It's got some interesting stats about Xbox Game Pass. So the title reads, Xbox Game Pass subscribers playing 40% more games, including titles outside the service. So they mentioned about Oxenfree hitting 3 million downloads. But apparently it was an interview with GamesIndustry.biz. People that join the subscription are way more engaged. Well, they have a lot of free games to play, but actually they're more engaged outside the subscription. They go out to stores and buy more games than they did beforehand. I presume that also means digital sales, but it doesn't allude to that in the sentence. We're seeing a massive spike in certain categories, but generally when a title goes into Game Pass, we're seeing an average of 6-time increase in usage for all the games in the Xbox Game Pass catalogue. They also said people are playing game genres that they don't normally play as well. There's a little poll at the bottom of it as well. So for me, I'm like, well, I'm not really surprised. But what do you guys think about this?
I think that it's definitely the way of the future, right? This is how gaming is going to go in a big way. Is that ownership model seems? I mean, Game Pass is obviously wildly successful, and if it gets people to buy more games, I mean, it's essentially cutting out the used market, cutting out the physical market, and really getting people locked into that digital trend if they aren't already. I mean, I can't. And
just on that, cutting out the used market in a way that people are comfortable with.
Exactly, because I think that the thing is that you're getting something. The reason Steam sales and that sort of stuff became so good, and people got so digitally invested on PC, was that the prices were good, the offers were good, you had bundles, you had all that kind of stuff. This is that next level where it's like, well, realistically, people who play a lot of games like we do will see most of them as a commodity. So, I mean, it's kind of a win-win for Microsoft because you have the average person buys maybe 2 or 3 games a year, right?
They get their FIFA, they get their Call of Duty,
and then maybe
and they're good.
Yeah, and maybe one other weird one that's on sale they pick up, you know. But the interesting thing is that gamers aren't so dissimilar. That even I was talking to a friend of mine who works in research, and we were talking about how with the average person, even like the hardcore gamer as such, even if they're not the FIFA and Madden person or the COD and Battlefield or to like a shooter and a sports game kind of typical dude bro sort of stereotype. The way the games have gone is even the people who used to buy a lot of games would say, well, I bought the Assassin's Creed for the year and then I bought like the Division, and that's all I have time for is these 2 games. And it's like, well, technically I'm a hardcore gamer, I don't play the typical standards. I branch out a little bit, but the thing is, the live service games are so all-encompassing and demand so much of your time that even if you wanted to play all these other games, you still come back to those 2 because it's just the big time sink that you have. It's the similar way that MMOs work, but potentially even more insidious.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so on that hand, Microsoft has those games, a lot of those games in Game Pass, for example. Someone buys 2 games, they get on Game Pass, they play a couple of games. It doesn't cost Microsoft much to have them in there. It's more of a, hey, look, all these games that you could play. You'll never play them, but you have them, so you might as well pay us for them. And then on the other hand, you have people saying, well, I'm going to play for Game Pass and I'm going to get the most out of it, which is almost even better for Microsoft because it proves that it's working. It gets people used to the idea. So they just can't lose on this at this rate. As long as people are buying into the subscription one way or another for whatever reason, they're making money hand over fist, and they're just pushing the narrative, and they're going to change the mindset of how people view ownership of video games.
Yeah, it's very much the gateway drug of video games. Like, it's super easy to get into, super easy to just start using and be comfortable doing. I remember when Game Pass came out initially, and the sentiment from the majority of our community as a whole were like, this is a great idea, but not for us. This is a great idea for people getting into the system, but not for us. And then slowly,
sure I said that too.
Slowly over time, they've done that. Like, they've added games and done stuff so that it has shifted to now being worthwhile for us. Like, the games that come in day and date, yes, you may not have bought them full price, but now Game Pass is having more value to our community. Even us with huge, gigantic backlogs, Matt, is,
Wow,
Felix the Reaper.
I feel personally attacked.
I think about it
you've got more than Alex, so that's
well, I mean, most people do. Well,
most people. Not now that you've got this box
of
Japanese games, but
oh, jeez, yeah, the monstrous box, thanks to Tarragon. I always thought at the start of Game Pass that for me to remain subscribed, I'd have to play some things that I wouldn't have played and look at it like from a cost versus what the games cost versus what I pay. And I'm just having a quick scroll because I'm like, oh, I haven't played that many games. I don't know if I'll continue it after it finishes being subscribed. But just to name a few, I've got River Bond. I have Rocket League, which I have on disc, but I don't put the disc in because it's on there. Super Lucky's Tale, Ashes Cricket. Was the first tree on there? Or did I buy that?
No, you bought that.
I bought that. No, I'm thinking of Gardens Between.
Great example.
Air Memories of Old.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't on there.
That was
on there?
Yeah.
Yes, it's out now, but it was, yeah.
Old Man's Journey was on there. But there's just a few games that I thought, you know what, if I play 1 or 2 games a month, and I've only been subscribed for maybe, 3 months, 4 months, and there's just a few games off the top of my head, if they're $5 or $10 each, that's worth it. And, I got some codes at PAX for a couple of months worth for the games that we played, so it's a tremendous value. And it feels like at the start they were talking about having 100 games in the Game Pass, and now they're up closer to about 200.
I think they're about 215-ish. That's a soft estimate. I wouldn't be surprised if they have more.
But it's like, I don't know about Netflix, but does Netflix have 215 different shows on it that you can watch?
They have 250 shows you could watch. I don't know how many you would watch. Is the other question, but
yeah.
But
anyway,
it
just comes
little
back
bit
to
for everything. Everyone has something that they can get from this,
and it's basically the non-existent barrier to entry to try new genres, try new games.
Yeah,
jump into something.
For a non-achievement hunter, this is amazing. Like, okay, I can play Gears 5. Didn't really like it. Essentially didn't pay anything for it. Can back out, can go to a different thing. Didn't have to potentially invest $60 into it and not maybe take that risk. Or took the risk, did enjoy it, and may end up sinking more money than $60 or something,
Put some money into skins or expansions or whatever it ends up being. Here's the other bit, though. You play the game, you don't like it, you delete it off your hard drive. What does that cost Microsoft? It cost them the bandwidth to basically put it on there. They didn't pay for distribution. They didn't pay for the boxes or getting it in stores. They didn't pay the cut to anyone else. And they stopped a used copy from being traded back in that someone else would have bought that they wouldn't have got the money for.
Yeah.
It's basically the perfect system for Microsoft.
And I didn't have Game Pass. I don't even know that I used a trial of it until the E3 Game Pass Ultimate $1 combine everything. So I ended up with 3 years. Like I didn't. That was. And they've they've got me locked in for 3 years, and I'll probably forget about it and be dead and paying for this service, because I've just forgotten it. But it's a very super low barrier to entry, and I'm not surprised that so many people are then, because again because you haven't spent that. In Australia's case, $200 on the 2 new games because you're using Game Pass, you can then buy another game that's not in Game Pass.
Exactly.
There's that side as well. Is that maybe you've tried a couple indie platformers and you're like, I kind of like this. I'll find stuff similar on the Xbox Marketplace. It's because I think for the most part, the Game Pass games are pretty solid. They're they're not necessarily the greatest of their genre. Is Celeste isn't on there? Is it?
Celeste was Games with Gold, wasn't it?
Games with Gold. Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember which one. But when it's games that are at sort of that level and that standard as the introductory to these things, it's not super surprising to me that more non-achievement hunters are playing outside of the Game Pass walls.
Yeah.
The gated community that Game Pass is.
Yeah, it's basically it's a really nice entry And with all the Microsoft stuff coming out day and date, that's also just that little bit of incentive to say, hey, it's not just old stuff. Like, we have new stuff. We have stuff that launches straight into it.
Yeah.
I mean, Crackdown 3 was the perfect Game Pass game, right? Because there's no way I would have been happy paying for that. I want to put a bit more time into it, not rush it, so I don't want to go out and rent it for some exorbitant fee. And, I was like, well, if they come up with some DLC for it, maybe I'll pay for that. Just because, I got the game for free.
Title updates, hey?
It's all been title updates so far, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did an expansion pack or something to it.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, exactly. You got that low barrier to entry, you got that genre trying, and you've got the potential for looking at other games in those genres. Especially, look at like roguelites or the especially around indies for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the exposure's been really good.
I guess I look at the person they're describing in this, and I think that's me. I'm playing games I wouldn't normally play. I'm also buying games outside of the service, in addition to paying for the service. I guess you two probably fall into that category as well. But, yeah, I don't know what my point was. I'm just saying I think that's us.
No, I own everything in Game Pass already, so... As a side effect of my horrible habits.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll leave that there, and Chin, you can regale us with what happened in the G-Task and what is the bonus.
All right.
Goodness.
This is period 17. So we just finished 16. I'm giving you a face because I'm not sure.
I'll check it.
Regardless, it is.
Yes,
whether it
it's
is
now period 17.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. I have to ask you because you're the only one left.
Spoilers.
I can't help you after I go out next week or this week, yeah.
The bonus is for the solo side. It is called Getting Better, and it's to end the scoring period in a higher placement than the previous period. So, if you were in second place for some reason, you will need to get first place, which is going to be difficult. I presume if you're in first,
bad luck.
Yeah, I presume if you're in first place and you get it again, he'll give it to you. You can't punish someone for coming first. Yeah. You could, but you're a terrible person. We understand that.
No, I could. I absolutely would. That's not what that's not what it says. Clarion 85 finished in first. Bad luck, mate. No bonus for you this week.
Man, it would really suck if they were like one of those 7 people who've gotten every bonus so far.
Ooh. I've just had a quick look at last week's period, and I'm...
Well, you're about to hear about it.
Number.
The solo cutoff was 766, so you need to have more than 766 true achievement difference. Our solo low was Big L with 828, a mere 62 above. Our high flyer was Prue in second spot with 9,859. He played...
and shout out to Matt versus Game, who came third. That's pretty hot. That's pretty good
That's good. He's also a listener.
Yeah.
He played Gorner, essentially. He played Gorner. And he didn't get confused at why things weren't doing what they were supposed to doing and give up and move on like I did. He just stuck at it. Again, I'm sure I could do it if I just didn't waste all my money in the store trying to get this thing to spawn. But I keep wasting all my money in the store trying to get this thing to spawn. We only had one person get knocked out, and that was a Neomaster.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. That guy.
He gets to slum it with me in the couldn't be bothered zone.
We're all in the made it past 10 weeks zone to get our badge. So
do you know how many?
We're all winners.
Do you know how much true achievement difference you had?
I think I had 200 and so. It was only 400. I think it was about 400. Yeah.
Okay, he still had more than me. Because I am still in team side, and I had a whole 67.
Oof.
I don't know.
Your teammates carried you.
Yeah, we had a bonus. Because Skeptical Mario had 19.
I was informed that apparently I had a bonus that I didn't use, so I probably should have done that. But
someone roasted you in the Discord, didn't they?
I think I must have got hit by a decay because I feel like I did more than 19.
Oh, you definitely did at the beginning of the week. I looked at it, you were literally at the very bottom.
Awesome. Lovely. Our team cutoff, speaking of, was 3,382. funnily enough, the team low was the Unbearable Lightness of Backlog Definitive Edition, Ben L72, ChinDocta, and Skeptical Mario, 3,699, 317 above. So 2k for a bonus, and I think Ben had like 1,650. Like that, just the math works out that way. He pretty much carried us. Sorry about my decay. Ori in the Blind Forest is killing me. Our team high, thanks to Prue being in first place, is names you can't pronounce, and that's a team of Praux, Expavos, and JBL Acu.
Oh, yep, I've heard of them.
Yep.
I'm surprised Massage isn't in there.
Yeah.
Oh, Massage.
Yeah. All right.
Lovely.
LA Jester. First spot with 18,506 true achievement difference. Luckily, team side was not the bonus this week because there's zero chance that they'll get first spot again. That's a tough ask in team side. We did have one team knocker out. Team L15RH, made up of L15RH, Dan Brasendale, and Marky Bihoy 89. That's my favourite name to say.
I was going to say, it's going to be sad that he's not going to be on there anymore.
No, I just have to say, you remember when Marky Bihoy wasn't eliminated?
And we're going to go, no, Chib, we stopped recording like 3 hours ago.
Why are you still here with me? How did you get in my house?
Actually, yeah, that's true. Those would be my first questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, why did you fly all the way over to Neo's house just to make that joke?
Didn't even bring the Japanese games with him. Just
I gave you everything I have. Well, almost
Right.
everything, actually. Yeah.
We'll cut over to the review as
We
well.
will.
So-
I didn't write what it was, did I?
No, you didn't.
No,
but you
that's okay.
and
Yeah.
Planting did the review.
Yes, we did. And we reviewed a game called Pawarumi, I think, or Pawarumi. I don't know. They never said it in the game. Could be either. I think it's Pawarumi. So, enjoy.
Well, hello everybody. This is Planting42, and with me as always, Mr. ChinDocta himself.
Yeah, back again. Good to be back.
Ah, welcome back. You had fun at PAX?
Yeah, it was pretty enjoyable. It was good to see everyone.
There you go. That's what's important. Having fun. So this week we are bringing to you something different. It is a game whose title I'm going to slaughter. It's named Pawarumi, something to that effect. Published and developed by Manufacture 43. Released on July 24th, 2019 in the US marketplace at $14.99. It is definitely a shoot 'em up. That's whatever you're doing. You're just shooting bullets. Time estimate, unfortunately, there are none on site. This is going to be very skill dependent based on the achievement list. I don't know, I'm guessing like 50 hours plus.
Yeah,
Depending on, I don't know.
You're going to need a fair amount of practice, especially because it's quite a unique system of shooting.
True. I guess the plot of this one, I'm a little confused. The most I could really get out of it is that you're piloting what I believe is the most advanced ship in the world, trying to save the world, and it's inspired by like an early Indian architecture of some sort.
Yeah, and you are you're rebelling against the current regime in the world, and but you're also you're like the best pilot of these ships, and you're also related to every single person who is a boss in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, that's quite the twist.
Yeah. It's very strange.
Okay. So the achievements in Pawarumi, there's 30 total, a pretty good mix of what you'd expect for a genre game like this. However, this is what's also going to make it take some time for you, because you're going to have to slog through as you memorize levels. There's achievements for completing arcade mode and then like a story normal mode. Completing levels on normal or harder without getting hit eliminating enemies in general, just like a kill count, as well as using the 3 different fire modes, as well as collectible type achievements. There's one for each level where you have to do either something or find something. So it's something that's going to take you some time to kind of process through.
Yeah. There's a lot of variety on here, and I think it's quite a good list. It's been made well, and there's been thought put into it, but it's certainly not an easy list.
That's very true. I mean, I'm looking at the ratios on these. I mean, with only 2 people having completed it, and some of these only being won by those 2 people, makes me think that this is going to be an effort for the average person making a run at it. So thankfully, there's an achievement for completing 100 training missions, and that means actually completing 100 training missions, not just like starting and dying. That would be awesome. So, in the gameplay on this, you're controlling a ship in a vertical scroller. I don't believe there's any horizontal modes. If there are, I haven't played them yet because I just am not good enough. Sorry. You have 3 different fire modes in this ship. Each mode does different things based on the color of the enemy. So if you shoot them with the color that they are, you heal your shield and make the enemy stronger. If you shoot them with the color counterclockwise along the face buttons, it charges your super attack, which is the Y button. And if you do it counterclockwise, you'll do double damage to enemies.
Yeah, so you do blue, green, and red weapons, and so the blue is more effective against red enemies, will charge your shield against green enemies, and will charge your super attack against killing blue enemies with it. And that goes around for all 3 colors.
Yeah, it's a little odd to kind of get into your head. So once you kind of get that down, then it's not so bad. Then you have to kind of realize that they're going to throw more than 1 color enemy at you at a time. There's a UI that kind of suggests the best pattern to use, like which buttons will do the most to the majority of the enemies on screen, although it doesn't really help my head at all.
Yeah, it can be quite confusing when there is so much thrown at you. I mean, I tended to just focus on building up my super until that was at level 3, at max level, and then recharge my shields if I've been hit. So attacking the enemies with the same color, because recharging the shields is easy to remember. Same color. It's very easy to remember. And then maybe once that's done, focus on crushing, as the game calls it, which is doing attacks that are super effective against the enemies, which is to the right of your counterclockwise of your color.
Exactly. And now trying to do all that while you're dodging bullets and remembering what color it is that you're shooting versus what buttons are and where they are on the gamepad. Could you imagine trying to do this if you actually had no clue where the buttons were on your gamepad?
Oh, awful. Just if you handed, especially given that the Xbox One controllers these days typically don't have the colors anymore, or at least they're stylized so they don't have the colors on the face buttons. If you handed that to someone who's not familiar, they're 110% lost. Because you're like, use the blue one. And they're like, what's the blue one?
They're all gray. Oh, man. So, yeah, it's definitely a little more confusing gameplay to wrap your head around. And then as you progress, of course, in difficulty, there's just that much more they throw at you on screen. So that much more dodging and processing you have to pull off. So,
yeah.
If you're great at the genre, probably not going to tackle you too hardly. Whereas the average gamer, like perhaps myself, it takes a little more running through the level to get a good feel of it. Still fun.
Indeed.
So graphically, it's listed as Xbox One enhanced on TA. It's not in 4K though, so it must mean that there's a higher frame rate. I didn't actually notice a menu option. There may have been.
It'll be either frame rate or it loads better. It's specifically programmed to load better on an Xbox One X.
That could be. It does load quickly.
Yeah.
Overall, the graphics are really fluid, I'd say, and the colors they've chosen stand out really well. So at least when it's really frantic, you can definitely see which enemies are blue and red and green fairly well.
There's no, at least I didn't encounter any enemies that were sort of like a muted green, and you weren't really sure what color it was. They chose this combat style, and they based all of their stylistic decisions around this system, and like it works really well.
So I guess overall for Pawarumi, I'd say it's great fun, quite challenging, and at $14.95 or $14.99, I'd wait for a sale. Just unless this is really your genre, in which case, I mean, it's definitely fun and it's different. So I mean, there's that going for it that most other shoot 'em ups aren't or anything close to this out there.
Yeah, if you're a shoot 'em up fan, I would grab it at this price. Even if you're not, I would like $12 is probably enough of a discount. I think there's enough replayability and enough enjoyment out of this that because it's so unique that it's worth experiencing at maybe higher than like your $10 or your $8 price point.
That is true. It's not like you would expect to finish this thing off in like a 5-10 hours. There's a lot more content here. So I guess that's your verdict for it. I'd say go for it and have yourself fun with it. Until next time, guys, take it easy.
All right, well, thanks for that review, guys. We're going to go into what we've been playing this week. And Kirby, your first cab off the rank. What's been happening?
Well, I got back from Melbourne on the Thursday morning. So, I got home, had to edit the podcast and all that jazz, so I didn't play much, except I did play Rocket League, because I hadn't played in like 3 weeks.
Important.
Yeah. So just did some casual with Shast and Kiwi. Some casual.
I thought every time you played was casual play.
The look on Kirby's face is ready to explode. So, Neo, I'll get you back if it's the last thing I do.
Now, he's not.
Yeah, so that's getting edited out.
But I can't hear him on Skype, which is all that matters. Hopefully, he doesn't find the button. I don't know if I can unmute you, so you might have to come back. Oh,
Alright, I'm back. I'm good.
Damn it, he figured it out. He figured out that I muted him through hearing me say I muted him. Shoot. No, I loaded up because I wanted to make sure I got as much of the online done as early as possible because these games are known to go down. I loaded up Just Dance 16, 17, 18, and 19. So I've knocked out the online in 19. I did what I thought was the only online achievement in 17. I've now looked through the list and gone, I'm pretty sure these are all online and they're flagged wrong, so that sounds like my team stuffed up, but we didn't do Just Dance for a while because Just Dance is confusing as all hell. It's one of those games where you can earn the achievement so many different ways that it just gets a ton of flags thrown at it, and it's kind of just a mess. Did all of 16 except for the challenges, and that's just going to be me loading up an ult, getting 1 star on a song, and then on like 5 songs, and then beating it and doing that until I get 100. I think the same exists in 17 and maybe 18, but I'm not 100% sure.
Isn't there any finish this on hard achievements?
There's no difficulty in like how Guitar Hero has difficulty, but there are more difficult dances than others. So the dances are ranked in difficulty. There are achievements for 5-starring everything in I think 16 and 17, and then from 18 they introduced a essentially 6-star. So you need to 6-star all the songs in 18 and 19. I think with some practice it'll be alright. I'm currently using the phone controller app, which maybe isn't the most precise at reading stuff, and some of the movements you don't get points for because like it's a head movement, and you're not moving your right hand if you're moving your head. So then all the movements with your hands have their points boosted to account for you not doing that, but means you have to be better at each of the hand movements. So I might end up having to buy a Kinect and do it the harder way for some of them.
Yeah, get 5-star on all songs is in 2016.
Yeah, and
You've
17.
got 3 out of 43 so far. Good job.
Have I? Good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've barely played it. I did some of the co-op stuff with my girlfriend as well. So we did some of the play. I think there's play 5, play 20 songs with 2 dancers and stuff like that.
How does she like it?
I mean, she enjoys it. It's the song lists are kind of and with Just Dance Unlimited, it's a bit better. And I have 120 days, I think, just from buying so many. I think I have 120 days that I didn't pay for, that just came with the games and stuff. So that's nice. What I found though, because in Just Dance 2018 there is an achievement for getting a gold stat, like gold level in each of the stats on your profile. So that's like stars collected. So you have to get 300 stars. So you can, I assume you could play the same song 5-star at 60 times and you'd be fine. Gold moves hit, songs dance to. One of them is bosses faced in the online mode. And the online mode is kind of like Guitar Hero TV, where it just sort of rotates through stuff, and every so often a boss will show up and you do a couple songs and you might beat him. I got the achievement for beating him, so beating the boss, so now I just need to face 30 bosses. Problem is you get kicked if you're idle. So I got my phone, plugged it into my power bank, rubber banded it to my foot, and played PC Building Sim while I just sort of... And I fidget, so I'll shake my feet just naturally.
I'm bouncing my foot right now. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was casually getting 2 or 3 stars in most of the songs just doing that. So it was...
You've idle boosted Just Dance by rubber banding your phone to your foot.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That's so...
That's achievement hunting 101, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, I must be a noob then. Jeez.
So, 2020 comes out sometime in November. I really want to get all of the online and the earlier versions done before then, because then, I mean, I've now noticed that there are some of the like beat the boss in 17 and stuff, which is hard to do with less people playing and more people maybe just being inactive as well. So hopefully that seems to be the most difficult ones for me at the moment, just because there are so few people playing that it relies on me doing good enough to cover the people that are there but aren't doing anything. Like they maybe... I'm
just imagining Chen going out to a store and like, hey, I need a dance crew. Can you all bring your Xboxes and your Kinects? Don't worry, we're going to set up on the stage. We'll sell tickets, but also mainly the achievements. Also just ignore everyone else.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just buy a stall at the next gaming convention.
I was thinking, PAX Dance Off, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Well, they had 2 Just Dance stages, didn't they?
They do, but they're Switches. They're not Xboxes. I can't sign in.
What is wrong with that?
I know. Otherwise, you just sign in your account and then go for it.
That just got me thinking.
And then Deadpool gets all your achievements for you.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you think if you signed in your account that they could complete it in a weekend of just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just playing on the stage like they do?
Excluding... No. They wouldn't. They don't play enough different songs. They wouldn't... I doubt they would play all of the songs in the base set, just because some of them aren't really, like, popular. Like, people wouldn't play that. Like, that's the one song. If I have to pick one song, that's the one I'm going to do, you know?
But I reckon there are times where there are not enough people wanting to volunteer to play, where the people being paid to play the game with the volunteers would pick some songs. I think you're right. They wouldn't 5-star every single song, but I think they would probably play every song.
I think if they were trying...
Most of them.
Like, if they were trying to complete it, I reckon over the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they could get everything physically possible. Like, there's an achievement for completing a challenge a day for 7 days. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to get that one, but
Right, okay.
like the stuff that they physically could do, I reckon you could get done in a weekend. You'd be knackered, but you could probably knock it out in a weekend.
You'd be fit. You'd be real fit.
I don't know about fit. I discovered I can lie down and just sort of look at the TV and make the movements with my phone, and it still counts. So I was laying on my bed, watching the TV, sort of vaguely making the movements, getting perfect. So
it's more just vaguely dance.
yeah. Just kind of dance. Is that dancing though? Is it?
I've suddenly got the I'm Han Solo from the Kinect Star Wars thing stuck in my head now. Thanks.
Outside of that, I did a little bit of WWE 2K19 boosting with L last night. The last time we played was 11 months ago, and we were like, yeah, we'll do a little bit a week and knock this thing out. And then 11 months later, we should probably get back to this because the new one's coming out in a couple, today, I think. And I was like, yeah, we probably should. The online's easy enough. I think I just need 38 more wins or something. And it's 50 wins total in the online mode, so it's not really that tough. We just haven't gotten around to doing it with so much stuff on. And PC building sim, I'm nearing the end of the number of achievements. I'm still very far away from $1 million, and so I've started experimenting on the best ways to make the money. You do the jobs to get experience. Once you've hit a certain level, there's no more achievements for reaching any more levels above 30. So it's then at that point just how can you make as much money as possible as quick as possible. So I think the best way to do testing is to just build a bunch of computers, put them on eBay for 5 days, and make your profit from there. And just that might be the most profitable way to do it, because if you get $2,000 for a computer, I think you have 3 tables plus. And you can probably, if I buy the bookshelf, I can probably stock that up with computers I can sell. So you can just do a ton of computers and just keep selling them, I guess. And if you make $2,000 per computer, you make $20,000 a day, I'd imagine. So we'll see how it goes. I'm still experimenting. It might be a combination of doing jobs and building your own computer, sell on eBay. I'm not really sure. Steam
so it means you would need to sell 500 computers to get $1 million.
Yeah. So and to make a million prop. Yeah. So it's not that much, because you can do. I think you have delivery slots available for. I want to say 10. So you can get 10 cases delivered without paying the Super Express same-day delivery fees. You can get 10 delivered per day, 10 cases. So you can build 10 computers, start selling them, assuming that, and I haven't checked it out because I purchased it, I saved, purchased the storage container, got the achievement, and then reverted my save so I didn't waste that money. Assuming that has unlimited storage, you can do 10 a day or whatever. But I got to still look at some YouTube guides. Steam is kind of unhelpful because all the information is in the discussion threads, and that's just you've just got to troll through it to try and find anything. There's no Steam guides or anything, so pretty quiet because of that. Only 945 Gamerscore, but I think I'll be cracking onto the visual novels that I got from Matt, and it should be good next week.
So, are there any guides up for the 1 million? No,
no.
$1 million in the bank.
Only 2 people. No, it's a very low
11.
amount of people have earned it, 4 people.
11 out of 1,114.
11.
So maybe you put up a guide once you've earned it. If you've been experimenting,
that would tank my ratio. They can all go to hell.
Yeah, the guide is don't play this game, or if you do, just get the first achievement and then stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez, here I was thinking we were a community and all that. Okay. All right. Well, Matt, what have you been doing this week?
Sorry,
putting up any guides.
I want other people to
I
help
was going
me.
to say, it's an even
around.
episode, so I'm supposed to be nice to people. As Chin alluded to, it's all visual novels all the time for me. So I mentioned last week that I was playing a couple of them in the background while we were recording.
Yeah. Were you bumping your foot as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I had to keep looking up the screen. Translate the weird little Japanese that I know, which is basically just people saying "nandeska," and that's about it.
What does that mean?
It basically means I don't know, but yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay, not safe for podcast, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Like it's at this point it's mainly an anime thing, but yeah. What have we been playing? I played Disorder 7. Disorder 6, Muv-Luv, Robotic Notes, Memories Off 6, T-Wave, Time Leap, Chaos Head Love, Choo Choo, the Idolmaster Live for You, which is a rhythm game, and it's got like one mildly difficult song in it, so actually there was a little bit of challenge in there. Muv-Luv Alternative, and Root Double, Before Crime, After Days, which is a weird game that has firefighters in it or something. I don't know. I mean, obviously all of these games are in Japanese, so I have no idea what's going on. And I'm just kind of skipping through them, being like, yep. The guides have been really good for the most part, which is helpful.
Are you using guides from True Achievements or somewhere else?
So True Achievements has a few walkthroughs where they don't. Sangrias has kindly made guides on Xbox achievements on their forums, which has been very, very helpful, especially for stuff like which one was it? I think it was Disorder 6 or Muv-Luv. I think Muv-Luv needed it. Yeah, actually both the Muv-Luvs don't have guides up as far as I can tell. But, I mean, they're easy games. They're really, really low ratio, like 1.0s for all of them. And, yeah, I don't know if I'd enjoy them, but, they're easy enough. But that's a big reason why I was out of the G-Test this week, is obviously they just have absolutely no TA difference. You can play a game for 3 or 4 hours and you end up with, 27 TA difference for the whole game. The other thing that I have been playing, and the reason I didn't go back to Goat Simulator to finish it up, was that I really, really needed to... I felt like I really needed to get back to Torment Tides of Numenera, which is actually... Like, I'd forgotten how good this game was. I saw that it now had a walkthrough, and I thought, you know what? That was the one thing that was holding me back, was the real lack of good guides. Because there's so many branching paths and things you can do that affect your game, and especially the achievements. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to buckle up, jump straight into it, and start from scratch, follow the guide. And I'm still having, like... You don't get to make, obviously, as many choices as you would playing it by yourself, because you really need to follow the guide closely to get everything done in one playthrough.
Just before you go on about it, what kind of game is that? I feel like you've talked about it before, and
It's like an old school RPG.
Yeah, like a really old school RPG. So it's basically, it's very heavily influenced by Planescape Torment. So it is a turn-based RPG, a tactical turn-based RPG where you move around and fight stuff. A lot of the time, almost all of the game can be solved without fighting. There are a few fights you pretty much need to get into, but realistically, I think I've been in maybe 5 or 6 fights, and I'm 20 hours in almost. So you could talk your way around a lot of situations. The entirety of the game is that you are essentially the last cast off. So there's a character in the game who has found a way of moving his consciousness between bodies, and he's been trying to find a way of defeating this creature that will not stop hunting him, called the Sorrow. So you essentially wake up falling out of the sky with your new consciousness, and you find out that this guy's called the Changing God because he swaps his consciousness, and you're the last person that he was before he moved on to the new person. So now people think you're the original guy, and people keep asking you about him, and you kind of don't really have any memories because your consciousness only just came into being while you were falling out of the sky. And so you basically end up in this weird world that's kind of like... I kind of described it, if you've seen the new Thor, it's kind of like the trash planet where everything just kind of ends up. So there are a bunch of portals between these universes and dimensions where weird things end up from other civilizations and aliens and stuff. And people are like, oh, hey, this is a weird thing that makes a noise. I'm going to try to plug it into my brain and see what happens. And, sometimes it gives you, super kinetic speed or allows you to read foreign languages. And sometimes it makes your eyes melt and your head explode. So it's kind of this weird, really weird, like trippy, interdimensional world where you just kind of, it's all like scavenged technology, and obviously it's well past its prime, and you're just trying to discover, first of all, who the hell are you, and why you exist, who your creator is, and then try and hunt him down and be like, okay, well, where did he go? Because obviously he's transferred his consciousness into someone else, but now here I was falling out of the sky. Obviously something's gone terribly wrong, and all that you know is that you need to find something called the resonance chamber that he's asked you to find and fix because you landed on it and broke it. And so the game kind of goes from there. And I spent most, the game hubs and areas that aren't that big. There's, the first area is maybe only about 10 different locations that you can kind of wander around. But it's so dense. So many side quests, so many characters to interact with. There's like an interesting morality system where you have the five tides. Blue is about knowledge. Indigo is about harmony and community. Gold is about self-sacrifice. Silver is about imperiousness and selfishness. And red is about being emotional and, adventurous and living life. And so the more you talk to people and the decisions you make, because it's a very conversational tree, a lot of talking, a lot of reading, not a lot of voice acting, affects on how your alignment works with those tides. And you can pick whatever option you want, but those tides will affect how people react to you. So, for example, the route that I'm going is silver and blue. So I'm very interested in knowledge, but I'm also just really, really horrible to people and just kind of just non-caring a lot of the time. But I'm having a great time with it. I would highly, highly recommend it. And the ratio on it's good, 3.4, and the walkthrough's been good so far. It's only about, if you follow the walkthrough, you can get it done in about 30 to maybe 40 hours, which for a game like that is actually pretty incredible. And it's made by NXL, so who've been recently acquired by Microsoft. So hopefully we'll see some more games of that type come out soon. But that's pretty much me for the week. I just kind of got completely engrossed in that, and so I ended up with 8,460 points this week.
I'm going to have to get that list of titles off you so I know what to sift through in Tarragon's box of magic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just on that, how do you search for the Japanese titles if their title is in Japanese?
It's usually it's not though.
Most of them have some English word in there that you can you can try and figure out. But yeah, I have to admit, the memories one and some of those stuff, I had to kind of look through. I was like, okay, I type in Muv-Love. There's 3 different ones. I think this one is just regular Muv-Love. This one says alternative on it, so it's probably not that one. Yeah. But there is another one in there that I'm missing. So yeah, it is a little bit of trial and error.
Okay.
And
I'll
if
get to have that fun soon.
If you chuck it in the console, sometimes it'll tell you in English as well. I think. It's I haven't done them in a while. 50-50, but...
Yeah. I've got to go through it. I'm interested to see. I mean, I'm looking at it now. Interested to see what's in it. I really haven't looked through it other than to open the lid and be like, oh boy, this is a lot of games.
Yeah.
Hundreds. Must be 100 games in there? I don't know. Anyway, that's not what I've been playing this week. That's what I'm going to play in the next couple of weeks, maybe at the end of the year. But this week, I played Riverbond. So it's one of the Game Pass titles I mentioned earlier. I actually hit 2 milestones in finishing this game. 350 completed games for the year, which was my yearly goal, and one that we'll talk about later. But like I said, just played it because it was in Games Pass, one I wouldn't have played otherwise. The game consists of 8 chapters. Each of the chapters have 5 short levels in them. They take about 25 minutes to finish a chapter, and the 5th level in every single chapter is a boss battle. It's good. The game is good. It's kind of a hack and slash game. You pick up different weapons. They all kind of operate the same though. It just isn't really super engaging playing the levels back to back, 25 minutes here, 25 minutes there, 25 minutes, you play for an hour and a bit and it's like, oh yeah, I'm done with this. Lucky it's not a super long game. I think there might have been some story in between the levels from talking to people, but honestly I didn't even really pay attention because I was just talking to them. I'm like, oh, that's not the name of the person I need to talk to get that achievement.
Skip.
So I'm like, I just, why? Not who I need, why? Off to the next person,
Yeah.
Why is the button you use to talk to people. Like I said, it wasn't a bad game. It's if you've played the first level, you've played pretty much all the levels.
Yeah,
the last
whole
boss
thing,
battle
whole
was a
thing's
bit
all
different.
war of attrition, basically. You just
Yeah.
because you basically can keep dying over and over again. You just keep bashing your head against it until you win.
Yeah, I reckon I was in the last chapter when I realised that you could just continually die. There were some enemy combinations in there that just wiped me quite a few times until I just got my blaster and sat. It's funny because there seems to be a distance at which your blaster can hit the enemies, but they will not advance on you. So you just get them just on the edge of the screen and you can just wipe them out. But like I said, it's certainly not a bad game. It's just I wish that there was a little bit more to it. Having said that, it works perfectly. The achievements unlock when they should. It's fine. I played Marooners, which was recently on Games with Gold. I continued with that one because I was slamming through Riverbond and I'm like, I just need to get these 6 achievements a day for my completion percentage. I need to get it under 6 because I don't think I can get 6 achievements every single day for the rest of the year. So I did. It was at 5.8 yesterday. It's gone up to 5.9 again. So Marooners it's kind of like a Xbox version of Mario Party, but without the in-between board game kind of bits. It's like Rio a lot as well. So it's just mini games and nothing but mini games. But the mini games are fun, they're challenging, and they're frustrating exactly as you would expect them to be if you played a game like that. And I just have the grinding achievements left for getting, I think it's 25,000 coins, and the 50 wins and 50 games played in each mode or something. So I don't know when I'll go back to those, but I will. Funnily enough, the earn 10,000 coins
Pops
is
way
glitched
early.
and pops before the 1,000 coins earned.
Yeah.
Huh.
I had a ton of stuff like that. I had like I think I was playing offline and got like my 50 online wins. And I was playing locally against a bot, and I'm like, okay, all right.
I guess maybe I'll start this now.
Yeah, the problem is because you don't have that 10,000 mark along the way to 25,000. The grind
you got no
feels
idea.
way longer. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the issue I'm at now. Maybe I'm at 8,000 of 25. I'm just like, ugh. If I do a little bit a day, but then I don't want to do a little bit a day because I know it's so much ahead of me.
Does the stats page show you how many points you've got towards that?
Yes.
So I don't even remember.
Yeah, the stats page will. And I believe it is points and not like there's some other stat, but it is points, I believe.
Well, I know I've got at least 1,000, so... Anyway, I feel like this game would be perfectly slated if you had a few friends over, you're having a few beers and things are getting a bit silly and you're like, alright, let's play this. But anyway, that's just a passing thought. The last game I played that I want to talk about is a game called Siberia 3. I don't know if I mentioned it. I think I've mentioned it before, briefly. But I needed 120 Gamerscore to round out for a special milestone. So I played through a few more achievements in a row for this one. I don't know if I've pointed it out before, but I actually really like the Siberia series. The story is, I mean, it's not the best story you're ever going to be a part of in your life, but it's pretty solid, it's pretty good, and, you know, it's not, you don't have to, like, sit there and be like, what is happening in this game? It's, like, straightforward and good. Kate Walker, the character you play as, she's very likable. One thing I find weird about it, though, is all the characters seem to call all the other characters by their first and last name. So it's like, "Hi, Kate Walker, how are you doing?" And it's like, you can just call me Kate. It's fine, mate. But they all do it. And not just when they're talking to you, when they're talking to the other characters, you're like, "You haven't done the right thing, Olga, F him over." And you're like, just call it Olga. I mean, I don't know. It must be like a translation thing or something, but
I think they just don't want to
really
confuse her
weird.
with Cat Runner.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes all sense. Yeah, okay. That's her evil alter ego.
Yeah.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, they say Kate Walker to make sure they're not confusing her with Cat Runner.
Kate Runner. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said Cat Runner. I'm like, what is
I
a
did.
Cat Runner? Okay. Kate Runner. Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Just
Yeah,
edit
let's
that out. That's fine.
Yeah, edit that
Yeah,
one
we'll
out.
just get rid of that one.
Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, so Kate Walker's is pretty likable, and the story is very good. But yeah, it's not a super long game. I think it's about 10 hours to finish it, and I'm about 3/4 of the way through. So I'm interested to see how it finishes. My game score for the week was 1,390, so I'm in the middle. Wait, am I in the middle? Yeah,
Yep.
I'm in the middle. All right, Biggie in the middle again. All right.
Clowns to the left of you, jokers to the right.
Here I am, podcasting with you too. All right, so what's happening in the sales this week?
Well,
Jim,
we
I
have
know you love
we have
this
some
part.
Game Pass stuff. We have stuff
That's
leaving
good.
Game Pass, unfortunately.
Yes.
We have 4 titles. Definitely was saying 4 and not 5.
Yes, that's right. Very good save.
Presumably at the end
What a
of the
save!
month.
What a save!
That literally threw me off because I sat there trying to think what button combination my water save is. I think it's left down.
Left down.
Yeah.
Left down.
So The Escapist is leaving. Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition, Grip, and Thief of Thieves. So
Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. That's an interesting name.
not definitive, definitive.
No, definitive.
Yep,
Interesting.
so
okay. Yeah.
very
I mean, I'm not drawing attention to that for any particular reason.
No, but
I'm
it
just-
is an
yeah.
edition that is definitive. Correct.
Yeah.
Any of those 4 interest any of you? I know you did Thief of Thieves, Matt.
Yep. Great game. I would definitely hire. It's a short game. Again, good ratio. If you like the Telltale side of things, there's that, and there's also some stealth mechanics which are not the best, but it kind of has. It's fun, and you kind of get that heist feel from it. And the walkthrough, or the sort of walkthrough, or whatever it's called. I think Sasha Morning did it on the forum for TA. Is the way to go. You follow the unofficial walkthrough. You follow that, you'll get everything. I would definitely recommend it. See if you can get it done quick.
Thief of Thieves, Tangerine Gamer. I think.
Maybe. I actually don't know. I think this is the only thing they've done, right?
Yeah, Sasha Morning, like that. Sasha Morning has a bunch of other stuff that's of the forum walkthroughs. I think this one is Tangerine Gamer.
Yeah. Oh, okay, right. Yeah.
Only because of the picture. I remember the picture.
You might be right.
Yeah. Alex, any of these?
Nah, doesn't bother me.
So yeah, I'll have to get on Thief of Thieves. I think I started Darksiders 2 through Game Pass. I don't think I own that. I'll have to check, but
They fixed the unobtainable.
because they fixed it, I think that's why I started it.
Yeah, me too. I went through and finished it, but it was a bit of a slog.
Yeah, so those 2 are probably on my high priority list. Hopefully they do last within a month. I mean, yeah, Thief of Thieves, easy knockout. Darksiders 2, probably a little bit less easy knockout, but we'll see how we go. As for sales, we have... it's okay. It's not the greatest set of sales we've had, but it's alright. It is feeling a bit sort of repetitive, we're getting the same big games. Like I'm not sure what's going on in their end, whether they're building up for something that's going to be equally disappointing, but bigger on a much larger scale, Awesome
Bigger,
P,
but not necessarily better. Yeah.
yeah. Awesome P is 30% off at $4.19. Ben
Warren's
10.
favorite game.
What?
Warren loves Awesome P. You should
did.
definitely message him and ask him how much he enjoyed it.
It's definitely basically a Game Boy game as well. It's got that lovely, awful green tinge. And just, yeah. Ben 10 is 40% off, $11.99. Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse, 75% off, $6.24. Candle, The Power of Flame, 70% off, $5.99. Degrees of Separation, 50% off, $9.99. Hotel Transylvania 3, Monsters Overboard, is 40% off, $11.99. Paw
Was
Patrol.
that the game that you played last year in Extra Life?
That's the bonus game I was going to play, but then I fell asleep.
Well, I think Extra Life's like
You
next
were playing
weekend,
it, though.
right? So
I did play it
pretty
for
sure.
it for like an hour, and then I'm like, guys, I'm going to die, so I love you, but I'm sorry. I'm just going to die here. I'll leave the camera on. You can just watch me die. No, but one of the games I did do was Paw Patrol on a roll, 25% off, $29.99.
Worth it?
What?
Worth it at $25.99?
At $29.99? No. Not unless you have
it's all
kids.
steep.
Okay.
None of these games that Outright Games do are worth it at $40, but that doesn't stop me buying them at that price. The King's Bird is 50% off, $9.99. Shapeshifting Detective is 40% off, $7.79. And Ugly Dolls and Imperfect Adventure is 25% off, $29.99. Recommendations. So I'll jump in because I was certain, 100% certain Alex would put the Shapeshifting Detective down. So I'm like, I'll let him have it. I won't do it. And then
Why?
I went through.
I've never played it.
Well, I thought you had. I went through
Okay.
and went, wow, outside of that, there's really not much. Like, the only other one I would maybe consider is Wreckfest, but that's 10% off. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. But Shapeshifting Detective, if you enjoyed the Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker, if you enjoyed The Late Shift, if you enjoyed The Bunker, it's a great FMV game. It's absolutely fantastic. There are guides out there, so you don't have to stress. I think you need to do a couple playthroughs regardless, so feel free to do it blind the first time and then just clean up later. Clean up would be easier because you can skip dialogue I don't know if it's any dialogue or just dialogue you've seen before.
You can skip everything. Don't be like me and get one of the bad endings and then just quit the game and start it again, because then you don't get the skip ability. Make sure that if you get the bad ending, load your game and play it through to the end, so you don't have to play through it twice like I did.
Ooh,
It's made by the same developer
It is.
as the Shapeshifting Detective. As the
I would hope so.
Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker.
Yes, and
I'm looking at the title while I said that.
it's got
And
the
that,
same one of the same actresses, Marinara.
Yeah, I
Sauce.
was about to say, one of the tiles, the achievement tiles, is that red-haired woman.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I can't remember her name.
Marinara
Sauce.
In the game, her name is Violet.
In Decker. You say
Oh, it's marinara sauce.
Marinara
Marinara
sauce.
sauce. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
It's a secret sauce of ketchup and mayo.
Fair enough. All right.
No,
well,
okay, no. Sidetrack. My girlfriend was making that one time. I'm like,
Making what? The secret sauce
Yeah,
of
ketchup and
tomato
mayo.
what it was. Yeah.
ketchup and mayo. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, nothing. I'm just making a secret sauce. I'm like, ketchup and mayo. She's like, how did you know? I'm like, that's everyone's secret sauce. Like that's Thousand Island dressing. What you're making.
Yeah, I was going to say Thousand Island. Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's literally what it is. She's like, oh, she was genuinely disappointed that what she was making wasn't unique and, like, a special thing that...
That someone had already discovered it, that she didn't just come up with it.
Yeah.
I reckon I have two secret sauces, but they're not very secret because I'm about to tell everyone.
That's right,
what they
Alex.
are.
We don't care.
Smoky barbecue. Oi, shut up. Smoky barbecue and Koopy mayo.
Kewpie mayo.
So,
Japanese
Koopy mayo
mayonnaise.
is the best. Koopy mayo is the best mayo.
I would agree. It is really, really good.
Yeah.
Just
And
Japanese
if you
mayo.
disagree, fight me.
You get it on the teriyaki double down, now available at KFC.
Oh, you have the double down there as well.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
the one where there's
absolutely.
no buns, just
Yep.
chicken breast patties or whatever they call them.
Alice and I live on those things when they're in season. I mean, I don't know what animal they're from because they're only around like half the year. But hey, you know.
All right, so if we're going to go sidetrack, let's go properly sidetracked. So did your KFC ever have the filler rolls?
Don't think so.
So they were like 8 8 to 10 inch roll which had chicken strips in them, and they were sending around the cricket at the time because a friend and I used to watch a lot of cricket, and they would advertise the filler rolls, and it was just you remember the ad from Happy Gilmore where he golf hits the subway to the guy? It was just like that, except they were cricket shots hitting fillers into the other players and into the crowd. It was just ridiculous. But so the rolls were so good. And you know how when they always say the KFC Tower Burger is back?
Yep.
When you're like, it's back. I always hope when they say it's back that it's actually the filler rolls, and it never is. And I'm always disappointed. Anyway.
I don't think I've ever seen a double down. Like, I don't get KFC that often, so I don't really notice when it's in, but I don't think we get them here, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, we get them down here, so surely you get them up there.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money to get the chicken shipped from Darwin to Melbourne and then back to Darwin.
The chicken what?
It costs a lot of money to get the chicken shipped from Darwin to Melbourne and then back to Darwin. Because why would we keep it in the first place? That's dumb.
The alligators will get it.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how much of our stuff that we get in Darwin comes from Darwin, gets shipped elsewhere, and then comes back. There's quite a lot of stuff. It's super stupid.
I've always wanted to have a double down. I've just never got to a KFC when they were around.
Well, hopefully next time PAX is around or next time we're all together, it'll be double down season. Whatever animal that they make it out of will be around for them to hunt.
Oh, could you imagine if we had like a team double down, and then we all had a team maxi bond challenge?
Oh, mate,
I don't think we should call it a team double down though.
I was just thinking that too, actually.
I don't.
That's some interesting connotation.
Our crew. Okay,
I was going to say,
is bad.
Chen's in the middle, right? He's the bacon.
God, what is wrong with you two? Get back
my
to
little
some
chicken
sales.
fillet.
Chin, get this
My little
back on
crumb
track,
fillet.
mate.
Oh dear.
This is what happens when I buy into your tangents.
Yeah, is it you can get original or spicy, or it just comes in original?
You can get it in both. You can get it in teriyaki, so you'll fit right in there.
All right, just slightly racist, but that's okay. Yep. Did you see anything you wanted to recommend, Alex? Because I know Matt did.
Yep. Valley is 80% off.
Oh, was that you?
$3.99. Yeah, that was me.
Oh, I thought it was Matt.
So I didn't write my name next to it. I was the only one that wrote my name in. The only one that added a thing into the card for it. But it's a story-based game. It's about, 6 to 8 hours. It's probably less. I don't remember exactly. But the story is really, really good. The gameplay is a lot of fun. The traversal in between the areas you need to go. There's light combat elements as well. Well, at least until the final boss, which is, you just walk sideways and press shoot. It's fine. But yeah, really good game. Really stunning. The colours in the game, always remember the colours. They just pop, man. It is a beautiful game.
You can take the deer's life and throw it on the ground.
Do what?
You can take the deer's life and throw it on the ground. You do it with deer, or is it just trees?
You can do it with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you can press the other button and bring them back to life.
Yeah, no, but you don't because you're a bad person. You
Because
throw it on the ground.
you're bad at the platform and you keep falling off and getting hurt.
Yeah. All right. Well, Matt, what are you recommending then?
Well, I thought he was recommending the Valley, so hopefully he's got something.
I would also recommend the Valley, but I'd recommend Broken Sword 5: Serpent's Curse. It's a good price. If you've played any of the Broken Sword games, you know exactly what to get into. That goat is the most annoying goat in the entire world. But I would definitely.
What about Flappy Goat?
He's not annoying by nature, though. Flappy Goat.
Yeah, it's just bad to play. But no, this. It's basically like it's all of the Broken Sword games are not so much remakes as reimaginings of the previous game with a slightly changed up story. Think Carmen Sandiego, but with more historical puzzles and like tombs and stuff. It kind of reminds me of that game. What was that? That game? Yes. It kind of reminds me of Yesterday.
Origins.
Yesterday's Origins or Yesterday, those kinds of games.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
sort of point and click with some interesting historical mystique and puzzles and that sort of stuff. Highly recommended. Nice, easy game too.
All right. Yes, it is. There's a walkthrough for it on TA. It's great. Potential purchases. Whoops. Never mind. I found the bit that I removed from my chair. We're all good. I pulled out one of those things that like covers up a screw
Oh, yep.
because I just play with it and I thought I lost it. We're fine. Alex, are you going to buy anything?
Not this week.
I don't know. I'll probably pick up Awesome P because it looks really bad, but it looks relatively easy. Ben 10 I've been wavering about for ages because I saw it in the store once and I was like, oh, I'll just pick this up for like $5, and then it disappeared. And now I'm like, well, I don't want to pay any more than $5 because I've seen it for $5. But I haven't seen the game in several months, so maybe I just cave and buy it, but we'll see. And King's Bird because it looks easy.
Yeah, I'm on the King's Bird as well. It was on sale a while ago and I missed it. It just seems one of those games where it's not too difficult. There's just no guides out for it, so you have to kind of figure it out for yourself. I think.
Do you think Harvey Eagle would know how to play the game?
No, he would be very good at Phoenix Wright though.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yep,
he's an attorney at law. Yeah. All right.
He got the thing I sent you.
Yeah, it's a real small subset of people who are going to get that. That's good. I love making jokes for 3 of our listeners. It's my favorite thing to do.
Especially when 2 of them are on the show.
Yeah. So I would have put something in new games because I think there's new games, but unfortunately I don't have that page anymore because I'm on a beta version of the site, and that tab is like the button that gets upcoming releases. That button doesn't exist anymore, so I have to log that bug because I'm on a version that TA Pro users will hopefully see in the next couple days.
So basically, there's nothing really coming out except for the Outer Worlds will be coming out on Friday. So I'm excited about that. The new Call of Duty is also coming out on Friday, and that's pretty much it. Really, we've got this Disney Classics game coming out Tuesday next week. With Aladdin and Lion King.
Are either of you interested in that one?
I mean, if the achievements are easy, I might play it.
I don't know. I think it depends on whether you can do the codes to skip levels.
Right.
Because they're super unimaginative. It's beat Aladdin on easy, beat Aladdin on normal, beat Aladdin on hard, beat Aladdin on difficult. Like it's that, and then some story things of beat Jafar on this level, and so it's really unimaginative. And I think it's 1,000 for both games. So I remember playing Lion King as a child. I don't know how far I got.
Yeah.
It's certainly probably
too.
not far at all.
Those damn giraffes.
I don't think I got past. All I remember is a waterfall and jumping up rocks to climb a waterfall. I presume that's like level half, like not even level 1, like the tutorial, and I don't think I got past that.
Yeah, it's not an easy game, to be fair.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on from there, all my lovely writing for Knobs and Discos has disappeared, but I do kind of remember what I was going to talk about. We have 2 games of note. Jump Gunners is a ID Xbox game that seems to have all its unobtainables fixed. It had 4 at launch. Due to a recent patch, 2 of them have been earned. Because the achievements that have been earned seem to indicate that the other 2 broken ones are likely to be fixed as well, but they just haven't been earned, so we can't flip them yet. So that looks to be completable. The other big one, if you're in the Discord, you would have heard us talking about this. If you're not, the Saints Row 4 re-elected Windows 10 version has an unobtainable because it's actually just the Saints Row 4 360 port. It's not the re-elected version. So it has all the DLC and stuff, so it does come at least with that, but it's graphically and performance-wise, it's essentially a 360 port. It's also ported the 360 list, which includes the Sanctified achievement for uploading a character to the Steelport servers, which were sunsetted like more than 12 months ago.
years ago?
Yeah. Last year sometime that servers were shut down, so they did a very good job there and have said we don't plan on bringing the servers back.
Yep.
Essentially, tough luck.
Or fixing the achievement or changing anything, basically.
We're not planning to change anything. And it's because it's a port job, and port jobs tend to be just do whatever's quickest to get it out there as soon as possible so it can be making money. That tends to be what happens with ports like this. So, it's unfortunate, but don't let that deter you. It's probably it's probably pretty terrible regardless of that as well.
So, is it not in the Xbox One version? They changed it to something else?
They changed it to just saving a custom character.
Okay.
Which you kind of... I don't know if you have to save, but you basically do when you create your character.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright, so any more? Well, that's that.
There was something in Neverwinter's broken. But...
Oh, what?
Yeah, let me real quick look, because I have a nice new system. It's really quick to get there, actually, because of the new beta system. Yolaka's Recon Operative for completing 50 reconnaissance quests for the Githzerai in Stardock.
Oh, you're kidding me.
It is in the Uprising DLC.
Yeah, it's the brand new one that just came out.
Oh, it's unobtainable, yeah, so...
Fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted from my Neverwinter experience. I mean, I haven't really started the new mod yet, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But that's good. I've got that to look forward to.
Yeah. It seems that the quest tracker is not progressing.
Great.
Big thumbs up there from Neverwinter.
Which I think they're even talking about the in-game tracker, not necessarily...
Yep, looks like it, yeah. Perfect. Well, I'm going to just wait till they fix that before I start it again, I guess.
Awesome.
Very good. All right. Well, we've got some milestones here. You two read these ones out, because I've got a milestone to bring to the table that does not appear on the list.
All right, then.
All right.
Look, there's my split. You take the top, I'll be the power bottom.
Just like at PAX. Zombie Goons GS has reached a new milestone of 200,000 True Achievement score. Freemhole has reached a new milestone of 500,000 True Achievement score. Mad Eye Pad Eye has reached a new milestone of 3,000 games played. Man, that's a lot of games. And friend of the show, Ex Povos, is now in the top 1,000 of True Achievements leaderboard for Puzzle.
Yeah. Cavaliers 07 has reached a new milestone of 250,000 Gamerscore. ProfessorPluto has reached a new milestone of 400,000 Gamerscore. Do we know if that was on the nose?
You can go and check my True Achievements
able to ask him?
right now.
You should probably send him a message to see if he can confirm that.
Professor Pluto.
Was that Professor Pluto 1 or?
I think it might be. I'll go to his Twitch page. He's still on it. He hasn't left.
Oh, okay.
I get to send a sneaky screenshot, and you get to pretend you didn't see this because it's a little bit different. Ooh, that was my tummy grumbling. I'm hungry. Did you guys hear my tummy grumbling?
Yeah. I heard that.
That's
all this talk about double downs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because it gets to show me what you were doing last. Yeah, lovely picture.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, cool. And what's that? What's that next to the G though?
638 and 26.
Very funny.
The other side.
Oh. Yeah, you got
the
jokes,
G.
mate.
400,000. It's good. I'm surprised
Also, put your cursor over the 1.59.
Oh, you've done me dirty, haven't you? 1.5951. All right, let's have a look.
Do you know what you are?
Probably 1.58 still. 1.5945. Oh, you're a dirty little
mate.
0.06 ahead of me.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, he's burnt.
Gonna have to Gonna have to play Thief for Thieves.
Oh, don't worry. His ratio is going to drop the minute he starts playing those Japanese games.
Oh yeah, don't
yeah.
worry. I'm on the downhill, mate. As soon as I start getting on those.
All right. Moving on from that, Big L has reached a new milestone of 400 completed games, and if they were Xbox One games, that's the same as your Gamerscore. Just in completed games. Just throwing that out there, buddy.
Do you have any other cool stories?
Yeah, if you were on real DLC stats, you would be at...
It's about 91%.
To be fair, I moused over. You're at 91.99%. You need two more.
That's pretty good.
I know.
But you don't want to do it because it'll break your 400,000. That's the hilarious bit, is you're like...
No, I hit that on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And then Monday nights I'm out of the house, and Tuesday nights we're recording. So
Yeah, alright. And
a chance to
Tatey
get
has
over it.
reached the top 100 of the Gamerscore leaderboard for simulation racing, which is an awful, awful genre, and I apologise for you having to sit yourself through that. The sim racing. Ugh. Ugh.
It's a very realistic experience
Yeah.
of not wanting to play a video game.
All right.
Makes me
So
sick.
my super milestone this week is Monday night we play indoor cricket. I play in 2 teams with my friends. We had 2 grand finals, and we won both of them. The Division 1 and the Division 2B premierships. So we won both of those.
And that's mixed, I assume,
congratulations.
because you're a lady.
No, it's not mixed. Actually, you know what? There was a team that had a woman on it, and she was actually really good.
Yeah.
But
That's why I
that's the only
assume you
time
went
I've
in
seen.
grand-
Actually, no. There was another time where this guy's partner filled in, and I mean, she didn't bowl very fast, but she got a lot of catches at the back net. So
Yeah. Could you imagine if Nicole had to fill in for Kiwi in Rocket League or something? Like, oh, we're in this tournament. Nicole, can you just fill in real quick?
it's
No,
real
no,
funny
no.
because
Right
Nicole
trigger is
has
go.
said to me, she has said to me, "Why don't we play Rocket League together?" I'm like, I can't. I can't play Rocket League. With
Aw,
you. I cannot
mate.
do it.
I
It's like,
played-
no,
I
it'd
played-
just be fun. We'll play against some bots. I'm like, no.
I played with the
Oh,
bots.
mate, you got to lie about that stuff, and you can't tell her the truth.
Nah. I give her the truth, even if it's.
I played with my girlfriend
I can't
against
do it.
bots. Like, I stayed back for the most part and just tried to set her up. 3 games in, she's like, I'm feeling sick. We need to stop. Like, she was getting casted from... Because when you first start playing, the ball flying over your head, that camera moving real fast, that can,
Yeah.
I'm sure, be very sickening, especially if you don't play games that often. But no, she really enjoyed it. I said, good, we're going to secretly get you to, like, GC, and then we'll play Alex and Nicole in, like, a friendly little... Pretend we're just having a friendly match, and you can destroy them.
And you haven't played Rocket League since with her.
No, she moved out.
Because you played Rocket League with her. She's like,
She
"Oh,
got
man,
so
mate."
sick. She got so sick that she just left the house.
Yep, as you do.
Yeah. All right. Sidebar tabled.
Yeah. Grand
on with the
finals in the
podcast.
bag. 2 of them.
Good job. I'm
Yeah.
proud of you for winning this pretend sport.
Good job at doing a sport.
Hatton will appreciate it. I know Hatton will come to the Discord and be like, good job. Anyway.
That's if
so
he hears
that's
it.
the end. What's that?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. I'm definitely going to listen back to hear what you said to me.
So would you say that the prize was not bad and a good size, or
It's probably just a nice size prize.
nice size? Really, yeah.
Oh, I'm so devastated I stuffed up that meme. I really
It's
am.
spelled bad right.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Bad
it
is
what it is.
BEHD. Not bad.
Not bad. Good
Not
size.
bad. All right, let's stop derailing this outro because we're going to do it serious. So if you want to email us, you can send one through to hello@realgamerscore.com. You can hit us up on Twitter at realgamerscore. The Discord invite link is discord.io/realgamerscore. And the Patreon can be found at patreon.com/realgamerscore. You can write in questions to the show, the way Isaac does every couple of weeks, and we will get through them as soon as we can. If you would like to help out the show, you can subscribe on the platform that you listen on, leave us a review, tell your friends about us, retweet us on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube and Patreon if you desire. Now,
Do it if you don't
Neomaster.
desire to.
Actually, you know what? That's an excellent point that I regularly forget to bring up. If you don't desire to do it, Do it anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Matt, if someone wants to get in touch with you because you're such a friendly, laid-back, chilled-out dude, where do they come and get you?
Well, I live in New Zealand, so good luck finding me. But if you do happen to find me, I'm not on most of the maps, but you can usually find me at Neomaster on True Achievements or on Xbox Live. And I'm also on the Discord. You'll find me in there most of the time, usually complaining about something or another. But no, it's always good to hear from people. Make sure you get in contact. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll sign autographs, headshots, people's chests. I mean, look, I'm not picky. I just love my fans so much.
Funnily enough, did you know Matt lives next to the only store that's open 24/7 in New Zealand? In all of New Zealand, there's one store open, and Matt lives right next to it.
People are going to go and find him now.
Well, now you know. I mean, like I live in the store.
You've doxed him. You doxed Matt.
Now I can't go to E3.
Good luck finding it. That's the thing. Good luck finding the one store that's open all the time.
Yeah, because then you'd have to find a way of getting to that store, and good luck.
Yeah. Is it a McDonald's?
It is a McDonald's, but that's fine.
Okay. I was just thinking, what's most likely to be 24 hours? Probs Macca's. All right. Kirby, if people want to find you and say, hey, good job doxing Matt, where do they find you?
Well, I live in New Zealand, so it's going to be difficult to find me. No. You can contact me on Xbox Live, on True Achievements, on Twitter, on the Discord, or... You know what? You probably can't find me streaming on Mixer, to be honest. You might, but you probably can't. All of these are under ChinDocta. That's ChinDocta. Maybe I'll do a Just Dance stream where you can see... I'll point the camera at my foot, and you can just see the phone moving and the score going up.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's against Microsoft Terms of Service, but, you know.
Look, as long as I don't see what you're doing on the other side of the camera, buddy, I don't have a problem with it, okay? Don't tell me. Don't send it in a bottle. Don't do anything like that. Just, you do you, and I'm going to play Just Dance, okay?
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, now I'm definitely going to have to tune in for that stream.
I really don't know how to follow that, but if someone wanted to get in touch with me, you can find me in the Discord or on Xbox, True Achievements, Twitter, and Mixer under ProfessorPluto, and on Twitch, ProfessorPluto1 as Chin, so kindly reminded everyone just a short time ago.
That's right, just what 1 foot in front of the other, Pluto.
How much scores Professor Pluto 1 got?
It's not a registered gamer tag.
Yet.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, that's the end of episode 64, and you're probably thinking, finally. Well, thank you for staying this long so that you could think that. We'll see you in episode 65.
Yeah, all 7 of you that made it this far, we're proud. I'm proud of you.
We look forward to the 3 of you returning next week.
Yeah. Bye.
See ya.